line, Jack Cross. Get cross.
Yeah, what the fuck not?
Ladies, come on! Stop it! Push them up! ladies. Come on, ladies! Back!
How you work for the BBC. Bearing in mind who you just sounded like to me.
See you there on 101.8 WCR FM, also on the Wolverhampton Wanderers Women YouTube channel. Delighted to be joined by two players who played on opposite teams today but spent lots of time playing on the same side. Layla Salter and Jen Anslow. We're going to start with Jen. 5-3 win here for Wolves Women over Solihull. It's a good start, but you made it hard for yourselves.
Yeah, we did. It was a great start. We always knew we were going to score quite a few. We've got Jade up top who does a lot of running in behind and on a big pitch. We can capitalise on that. But I think we no disrespect to Solihull, but I think we gave them their chances, of giving the ball away too easily, hopefully. I think it's just down to our formation that we play our full-backs quite high and wide, so any mistakes are capitalised on pretty quickly. So.
You mentioned about mistakes, and I mean we've said about a great start for Jade Cross. Got a hat-trick, first goal within 40 seconds. It was a bit of a shocking start for Amy Burnside as well. Nervous, I think, at the start for the first Solihull goal.
Yeah, she's only 17. She's only had 3 games with us, I think, maybe even 2. And I suppose it's quite a big occasion coming up to the first team and playing on such a big pitch after doing our pre-season at Bentley. She has had better games. I think she's probably just used to the pace of the under-18s and been able to have the ball at her feet and so forth. But she did okay. She coped with it all right. I think possibly if we had Lucy, maybe the goals would have gone in. But essentially, the players in front of her made the mistake, so it's not totally down to her.
Looking at the positives though, things that came out of the game, the team as well. Looking, I mean, it's hard when you get the amount of new players coming in as you have, but towards the second half, especially, you know, after they went 4-3, they got together, they rallied, and they got the 5th goal.
Yeah, we did. It was always felt like it was going to come, and I think it was a bit assumed that we were going to just step it up second half and score just as many, which wasn't the case. Solihull battled well. They just found us out a little bit. We probably held onto the ball a little bit too long. And it took a while for us to start up in the second half, I think, and we let them back in, so we made it harder for ourselves.
Jade Cross as well. I mean, she came in pretty much the second half of the season. It's hard to say, but almost as an emergency striker with the absence of Danny Selm, she was used to playing out wide. The second goal shows that she's been working on her finishing.
Yeah, she has. She's become a lot more confident. It's not just the one-on-ones. It's not just relying on her pace. She can place the ball. She can have shots from outside the box, and she's hit a couple in the second half that went over. But she's happy to shoot from outside the box as well as the one-on-ones. So she's becoming a more confident player as well in and around the team, off the pitch as well as on. So yeah, she's coming along really well.
Moving on to a familiar face, Layla Salter. Just played for Wolves Women last season and also before. Played for Solihull now. How's things been for you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, it's nice to be back here today and see some familiar faces as well. It's a great club, but for me, moving to Solihull was the right thing to do for a number of reasons really, and particularly sort of work circumstances, which is a fairly common theme I think with women's football. But yeah, looking forward to the season, and yeah, things are good.
From a player's point of view, I mean, we'll talk to your manager actually in just a moment, but the Women's World Cup in particular has raised the profile again. How do you feel about that as a player that's playing for Solihull and also playing for Wolves Women? I mean, the crowd today, we noticed a few more coming along. Hopefully you'll notice that at Solihull too.
Yeah, definitely. I think everybody's, in women's football is hoping for the same thing really, that sort of interest and attendance at matches will, continue to increase, and it's not just going to be a one-off sort of wave immediately after the World Cup. That it's something that can be sustained and increased. I think it's going to be tough. I think with the men's football starting up again now, perhaps the focus will shift back to men's football more. But hopefully, if women's football continues to be supported sort of financially, that will always help raise the standard of the game and interest.
It is, and throughout the West Midlands as well. We're seeing a lot of West Midlands clubs down here this season as will you, so hopefully we will see it grow. And Layla, great to see you back here at Hensford, and Jen as well. Hopefully another great season for you. Player of the Year last year. Here's to it again. Great game today.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
I'm here with Solihull Ladies manager Sarah Westwood. Sarah, the wrong side of the defeat today, 5-3 to Wolves Women, but entertainment to start, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think first up game of the season, Wolves obviously coming down. It was always going to be a massive challenge for us today, especially coming away to this wonderful ground here at Hensford Town. Big pitch, lovely surface. wasn't really sure what to expect. So a big challenge, but I'm really proud of the girls and the performance today, and Wolves played really well as well. So
all the talk with Wolves women is about the start of the Steve Cullis. Yeah, of course, his first season as manager. Something you know all too well. This was your first league game as manager yourself, wasn't it?
that's right, yes. As a former player for Solihull and a former coach, stepped up to be manager this year. So I'm really looking forward to the experience, and I've enjoyed every minute of it so far, and been really welcomed by the Wolves coaching lineup today, and obviously the new manager as well. So.
Now, we know about how last season went for the girls here, and how the Wolves struggled. How did last season go for yourselves? How are you looking into this season? Prospects?
So we finished in this league 7th last year, which obviously not being involved myself as a supporter last year, we could have done a bit better, I feel. This season, looking forward, I'm looking for top 3. I think we've got a fantastic squad. We've got lots of belief, lots of commitment, and lots of passion around the club. So we're looking for top 3 finish this year. So that's what we're aiming for.
And I asked this to Layla as well. How do you feel? The Women's World Cup's raised the profile. Have you noticed, say, throughout the club, more youngsters who want to get involved in football around Solihull? I know Solihull well myself, and I know that the vastness, the catchment area that you've got to choose from.
Yeah, I think generally speaking, around women's football, I think we've all noticed that the gates, especially in the Super League teams, have all heightened since the World Cup, which is fantastic for everyone. Locally, there's lots of younger girls teams under 16s that they've had heightened levels of players go through. We've had some new players this year. We've had some younger players coming through, but I think we need to look further afield to get players in, as does everybody else, because in this league we've got lots of local competition, with obviously Wolverhampton, Sporting Cowser, Leafield, and the Birmingham and West Midlands ladies that have just come up into our league. There's a lot of competition around the area, so
that can only be good for the local area, can't it? It's encouraging.
Yeah, very much so. It's just obviously we want to be getting the better talent that's around, but I think we're really pleased with the acquisitions we've got this year, and we're going to spend the season obviously looking around and trying to get and develop players as much as possible.
Layla Salter, a familiar face to everyone here at Wolves Women.
Yep.
She brings experience obviously from the Premier League North. Is that invaluable to the girls that you've got?
It is, yeah. I know Layla personally. She's a good friend, and obviously as a player on the pitch, she's someone that everybody looks to for experience and leadership. And she's a lovely girl that everyone gets on really well with. But yeah, she's someone that everybody looks up to, and invaluable experience. So.
Thank you, Sarah. We look forward to the return down at Solihull.
Yeah, thank you very much, and we'll see you there.
It's WCRFM, and also on the Wolverhampton Wanderers Women's YouTube channel, joined by Wolves assistant manager today, centre half. I've seen her play central midfield, I've seen her play up front, and still smiling and carrying on. Anna Perks, good to join you, good to join us, and good start to the season, but you didn't make things easy.
No, it was quite a tough second half really. I think first half all went the way we wanted it, and then second half, fair play to Solihull, they come at us and we made a few mistakes and it cost us, and we got ourselves under pressure, which we've never really planned. So yeah, but we got the 3 points, so we're really pleased.
It's all that matters at the start of the season, and also I think for the confidence for the girls as well, having the, for want of a better phrase, car crash of last season, I suppose, that get the confidence into the team.
Yeah, last season was a real tough year. We were in the league above, and the standard is that little bit higher, and unfortunately we just weren't quite there, and didn't have maybe enough players of that standard to kind of compete really week in, week out. So it was tough, but taking the drop down, obviously didn't want to get relegated, but it happened, and I think we've just been positive ever since, and looking to rebuild and do as well as we can this season.
You stepped in as assistant manager. How do you feel about that? How's that been as a challenge for you with Steve Cullis, of course?
Well, it hasn't been much different to what I was doing, particularly towards the end of last season when there was a change of management and Steve was caretaker with Laura and I was helping then. So, you know, it's just been a bit of a natural transition with obviously being the captain. It's just more responsibility now and just doing some more roles and more jobs to obviously help Steve out and you know, just make sure all the girls are happy and that there's a good relationship really between staff and the girls and, you know, everyone involved.
Is that one thing as well, knowing the girls as well as you do, that you know what makes all of them tick and everything else, so if there's anything that goes on that you can liaise between them, so to speak?
Yeah, that is, you know, what Steve asked me to do. If I was to do the job, he asked me, you know, this is what the role would be, and basically to make sure the girls are happy and to make sure that, you know, because I do know them very well. I've played for a very long time, so I've known a lot of them, you know, growing up through my own age and the younger ones growing up through their age group. So, you know, I'd like to think that I've got a good relationship with them all and hopefully we'll push on.
So new faces today, how do you think they settled in?
Yeah, really well. You know, we were great bunch of girls. Everyone gets on really well, and you know, it's good to have new players at the club, and you know, we always want new players coming in to kind of up the competition for everyone. So yeah, really pleased, and they're a good set of girls.
When we look at the experienced faces out there, I use that word advisedly,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yourself, Jen Anslow, Dom Luke. It's all about the team with them as well, isn't it? It's a great thing about it. It's all about the team and not about themselves.
Yeah, definitely. You know, there is a real good mix this season. You know, we've got some experienced players, and then we've got some of the girls that played reserve level last year that have really stepped up, like the twins, you know, Jade Cross, Emma Cross. They were really only playing reserves last season and coming up occasionally, but you know, you've seen it today with Jade and Emma at the back, but Jade's gone and scored a hat-trick, you know, and she didn't, we didn't play her as much last season because she was younger, so she's just got better and better over last season and pre-season. So yeah, it's great, really nice balance.
We look forward to the rest of the season. Thanks for joining us on the Perks.
No worries.
All the best.
Thank you very much.